friends, it's Eileen here again today. I just wanted to make a flower embellishments, and I went to Walmart and picked up some fabric. I know there's lots of, I didn't have any plain fabric, and I was thinking that maybe I might want to dye these, so I don't know. But I wanted to play with some fabric, my big kicks, my Tattered Flowers, and make some embellishment flowers. If you don't have a big kicks, you can just draw them out and cut your own, and do a few different sizes that they have here. My suggestion would be to cut them out in circle shapes and then worry about the petals afterwards. I could probably even do a couple, but I wanted to do some embellishments. I've been seeing people making flowers again, and I'm just starting to get my little flower craze back on. So I decided that, yeah, I wanted to play with some flowers. So if you guys would like to join me in this little challenge of making flowers, different embellishments, I thought it would be really cool to do these today. And I'm thinking about adding some color to them too, perhaps with my inks, which actually my water-soluble inks, my Stepping Them Up inks, might as well use some of those awesome colors. So that's what I was thinking about doing today. So, yeah. So I'm going to cut up some pieces to go on here and to punch out. I'm going to see how many I can do. So here what I'm just doing is I'm just going to lay out my fabric and just cut along here. So grab my pencil, maybe make a little pencil mark along here. I'm not going to be too worried about measuring it, so I just want it to fit on here onto my pad, you know, without too much overlapping. And now I have the length, the width, and I'm just going to fold it and see here. I have fold it right in half. So you just kind of fold it to what you want. I think I could probably get away with doing all of these, so I'm just going to do that. You guys can use just old sheets or whatever too. I just didn't have this color. I have lots of scraps and whatnot, but I didn't have the color I wanted to be able to dye. So, and I got this on the sale part, so I can, like, you know, get it cheaply at Walmart. And I was planning to do, I've been wanting to do them for a long time, so, and yeah. So now I'm just going to run them through my big kicks. And I think Tattered Flowers is the one of the ones I use the most. I really think it is the one I use the most for my papers. I do party flowers where the kids make flowers. You can make these flowers for headbands and that kind of thing, and that's what I love doing. So I use this, my cat is wrecking the screen out there. So I did it. Yay. If there's any pieces, just kind of snip them, don't pull them. Threads will just be everywhere. And there we go. And this is a nice thin cloth. It wasn't too thick, so it worked out good. These little ones. So I'm just going to pull these apart. Now I've used this tons and tons of times, so I'm not sure like how long these things go for, but it's doing good. Now if it was like denim, I wouldn't be doing that many layers. I'd be doing only a couple, but this is a pretty thin. So I think it's safe. I cut pretty well through everything. There's a few strays that are little threads, and like I said, you don't really want to pull them apart because then you're stretching your flower an odd shape. So there's still even little pieces I can use for other things. I mean, yeah, no, that one won't work. So that was a good try. But anyway, so I'm going to cut around. In a circle. You could punch out a piece of paper. And that was just 2, so it's not going to work on the cloth, but that's okay for the punch. But that is okay. So I just wanted to get a backing. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold these and try to overlap these. I was watching a video, and I will put the link of where I was watching the video of someone making similar flowers, but they were with punches, and it was with the flower punch that is like this shape, and then she trimmed the ends. But I'm using my Tattered Flowers for it. So, and I will post a link down of her video where I got the idea of folding these flowers. So then I'm going to go like this, fold it. And this has been heating up, so I'm just going to glue my ends together and put it on like that. So you can do all the different sizes as well and have different sizes. So, oh, I know it's kind of like just like that. And hopefully my dog can stop barking. Don't know. They're pretty naughty, Chihuahuas. So I'm just going to put them like this, and you can stack them on top of each other too if you want more fluffy. And I know that there's lots of tutorials on flowers to do like this too, because I've seen tons of people doing them. This is the one that was more recent. I'm just gonna that I've watched. I'm going to post down because I know I've seen other people who do like shabby chic videos and different things. Do really nice shabby chic for their designs and stuff. But isn't that pretty? So far that's what I've got. Now if you're happy with that, you can just add a little center. But you could also go do a little size down. And this is a little bit different because this part was what was done on that video I'm talking to you about. But this part here is something I'm adding on. So it's like doing my own twist to it. But like I said, I'm sure someone's done it. So I'm just going to go over the edge of where I have these lined up. So if you have a die cut, it'd be really great to play with these and make some really nice embellishments. You could even give them away in your pocket letters because those are very popular right now. You can just use them in journal cover making and whatnot. So, and other shabby chic things like banners and all those kind of nice little things that you can make. Which I really, really, really think I want to start trying a banner or something, some sort. So I might just do one with paper first, and then with some cloth. I don't know, because I just love my paper crafts. But I also love my flowers. But usually I don't do flowers in a material, but I have been testing out different things like burlap and mix with tulle and as well as laces. So that is perfect. these are so far the flowers. Isn't that pretty? Now you can put a nice little center on, or you can even keep adding more. You can just add a little center like this. You can fold them and continue to add more, which I'm going to do. And the dogs are going at it again, which is very fun for you guys. I'm sorry. And I'm just going to continue with this pattern. And it's really making a nice, full, fluffy, full flower. And this would be nice in denim as well. And you can make it into a little lapel flower on your, you know, your any kind of jacket. Actually, it doesn't even have to be like denim on denim, but it could be if you're making pillows. You can glue that note, put them together that nose. So I do have some of that. So there we go. You can put nice center. So I can add this, a little button to this, or even just darken the center. But I also got this pony bead I melted, which is another fun thing to do for embellishments, because you could add them to clothespins, not clothespins, the paper clips, as a little decor on them. But look at that, isn't that cute? So I'm gonna put this one down, but you could do tons of color if you have a little pink on there on the ends. You can do whatever color you want. Isn't that cute? The only ones that don't melt are these metallic ones. They don't melt well, and I've tried them and tried them and tried them again, and they don't melt well. But these ones with the glitter in them, they're all different colors. They melt really nice, so they make perfect centers, as well as the plain ones that have no glitter in them. They melt really nice. Always nice to make them. Pony beads are very cheap. You can get a pack, a fairly large pack with mixed up beads. Not all of them are pony beads, in the Dollarama. And have lots of, see, I'm going to put that one. Isn't that pretty? And you can just melt your own. Do them outside. These ones do have a bit of a smell. The ones that you iron don't. They probably are meant to be heated up because they are for the little iron crafts that the kids do. But these ones do smell, so you have to be well ventilated, and it has to be outside, like on the porch or deck, whatever, if you make those. But it's really nice because then you can make any color you want to match anything. So I made tons of these, and you can even melt them together and make little plastic flowers for barrettes and stuff for the kids, or embellishments for your pocket letter. So just to show you a few. And the longer you leave them in, the wider, the more they melt down, and so they can be for different projects depending on what you want. So like this is pretty nice. It's like almost perfectly round. You know, not always are they perfect, but most of them are when you do lay them down. So it's a nice little center. So that is my challenge, is just to make some really nice little flowers, and we're going to try the next one with some ink. Now for these ones I chose Real Red and Stampin' Up, which I've used tons and tons, you could tell it's really worn, and I've also chose Burgundy, Bravo Burgundy, And the reason is because I want to have like kind of highlight lowlights in my flower. Now this one I'm going to try to go for the look of to make it look as poppy-ish as I can, so then it resembles, you know, a poppy. So I'm going to grab my stylus, and this is my largest stylus I have, but that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to grab my stylus and I'm just going to go and kind of work the color onto my flower. And I'm just going to use the stylus to get my fabric into my ink pad. That way I don't get a bunch of ink on me. So this is what it's going to look like, and that's quite a bit. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab my darker color and just, again, put it on the pad and try to get some of the darker into where it would be darker. So my center, maybe a little bit at my petal, just like that. I might do a swoop at the end. So just play with it and see what works best for you, because you just never know how you're going to like it. And this is the best way without getting total destroyed with ink all over your fingers. Okay, so a good way to get, now you know you can get really inky if you want or whatever, if it doesn't bother you, but a good way if you want to keep control of some of the ink is get a little snack bag, Ziploc baggie, throw your colors pieces in there, add little spritz of water. I don't know if I have my water. I'm just going to pour a little bit of water in there, just a little bit. This is the best way without getting a big, humongous mess. There goes your Ziploc baggie, and you got a lot of color. And then you could even do others in there and probably get a better result in your colors too. Like, not a better result, just less mess. Just less mess. So I'm going to grab my piece, and usually you guys know I'm totally messy, but sometimes it just pays to be a little less messy. So now I could probably grab a couple of flowers. I might have to add a little darker piece in the center. But I can grab a couple of flowers. Because I do want to have my center darker, it probably didn't make sense to do it yet, but just a little snack bag. And sometimes we can avoid some mess. Some mess is really nice, though, for fun. The dogs are arguing, and then Cora's getting mad at them. It's actually they're play fighting and wrestling too much. And our little boy dog got fixed, so we don't want him to be playing too much. So I got 4. And keep your Ziploc baggie. If you want to dye them. And I use these rolls like this for drying, so then I can dry these things without getting the stuff to fly around. So then I'm just going to go like this, and Oh, I'm going to have to unplug my glue gun for a minute. And so then I'm just going to go like this and dry them up. And I'm just doing it on my glass here, so it's fine. It's not going to get overheated. And this glass you can put hot plates on, so or hot pots and whatnot. And I thought I would dry it in front of you so then you know what I'm doing exactly. I'm just doing exactly, mixing it up in here. And it's really pretty close to dry. So that is it. Just go, just plugging my hot glue gun back in because I seem to only have one plug here at the moment. And I will grab so this is it. This is my 4 pieces. See the dark right here? That's kind of what I wanted to get, but I did lighten it up a bit. So I'm just going to go in and, oops. So I did get some ink on me, of course. That's just me. I'm just going to go in and grab a little bit more of the ink for the center. With my stylus, can you see what I'm doing? Just going crazy. Because you want a little bit of the darkness in there. If you're going for that tone in your flower. So even if I were to stick a little bit of a splash of water on my table. You guys think I'm crazy. There's a splash of water on my table. Let's see how even my table is. You can grab I have some sponges on hand here. See, my table's pretty even, so it's just kind of staying there, and I'm just going to go, I have a sponge in case I need it here, just to dab the center a bit. Being a little messy. So just play with it until you get the technique that you want. And I'm going to pinch it a bit with my sponge so I'm not getting my fingers all in it. But right now that water's all kind of soaked up anyway. And then I did that, kind of pinched it up. So it's re-wetted by doing that, but I wanted to get more color in there. And again, dry it up. So I decided that, now look, my fingers have barely got any ink on them, and that was my bad because I was playing with it, but I decided to use a burlap bag, just a piece of left burlap, and to get the burlap stiff so I can punch it, I used Mod Podge on the back of it, and Mod Podge one side, so you can maybe see that one side has got a sheen on it. I don't know if you can see that. But I Mod Podge one side so then the burlap is punchable. And my Stampin' Up! Punches are really good for that. So, I'm going to do the same thing. Then it's going to make a nice little bottom of a flower. I'm going to do the same thing with these ones. I'm just going to fold them over. Try to get my petals to kind of overlap into the spaces in between. And get that in there like that. Trying to make this one look more like a poppy. Poppies are like my favorite flower, and I just love them. So You can even go orange. So they have orange poppies, yellow poppies, but my absolute favorite is the red. Red, then the orange. So, isn't that pretty? I got a little bit of glue in the fold as well, so then it doesn't unfold. And that's what I did with the other one as well. So I just went in the corner, glue it up, glue it back. Fit it in there, just like that. One more to go, and that is my kind of a poppy. Love poppies, just love them. You guys know this by now. Then you would have to find something for a nice dark center. Isn't that pretty? And I'm kind of trying to make it like a poppy, mimic a poppy. So you can shape, put your thumb in the center and kind of shape the burlap. So that's the nice thing about the burlap being so stiff. And there you go. Find a nice little black bead center. And there is my beautiful poppy. Isn't that pretty? So that is my challenge, is that you play with your dyes and your inks and that kind of thing. Try to keep a little tidy if you want, and make things the color you want them, and try to do your favorite flowers. So this one was just a play and make it really fluffy, and I left it white or creamy white. It's like a white. And try to dye it with your whatever kind of dyes you have. I'm using my Stampin' Up! Classics. This is water-based dye. I've seen people use their just other different dyes that they have. So just give it a try. Now, isn't that a pretty color? And I do got that darker in there, as you can see, and it's really nice. And you could even go with a Q-tip a little bit more and add a little bit of water to spread it out and play with it until it's the perfect. If you found that I actually want a little bit more of this, you could do your layers and little Q-tip of your color in there, and then one blobby Q-tip of water, and kind of spread it. You know, you can just really play. You could flick a little bit on, just really play and enjoy. So I hope you guys try this challenge of dyeing your own flowers, making your flowers, dyeing them to the colors you like, and give this one a try maybe. And before I let you go, I just thought I would do one more little flower for you, because I was just going to make it and add it, and I'm like, wait a minute, they gotta see what I'm doing. So I'm doing the same thing where I'm folding my little flower. I have it in half because it's so small. I'm actually folding it in half, then gluing and then folding it again to a pie shape like this. I might have to add more glue. I think I just let that sit just a little too long there. So I'm doing it like this, and glue squishes out. I'm just going to pull apart. Just like that. Just like that. So then I have these little buds to go with this. So if I want to put this on a canvas or anything like that, you know, there's not, it's nice to have little flower pieces, smaller flowers, different sizes, and then to have the little flower buds. So I am making these little teeny weeny buds that are growing, and flower buds. So we have a little variation in whatever I put this together with. It could be a canvas or whatever. So then now I have these little pieces. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab my little scraps. And you could do this with the, felt or whatever. But I thought I'm going to grab my little scraps, and I'm going to kind of cut them into a triangular shape as best as I can, like a pie shape. And then round off the end like a pie, and add that to my flower to that. So then I've got a little bud, and it looks really realistic, and then just fold it over. Don't worry about how big the bottom piece is, because you could snip it afterwards. So this one's a little bit too big, snip it down. I mean, it's just going to be part of the canvas, and then you have a little piece of flower like that. Just like that. So if you do it with your green felt or whatever color you want, I'm doing it just the same color as I'm doing my bottom of the poppy that I'm using. So I got it on there just like that. I'm going to fold my little pizza thing shape over. Try to make it a cone shape, not quite as flat. Cut it down, and there we go. See? So now I can stick that with it on whatever, and I have a bit of a piece of something I'm working on, and I can have a little flower or whatever. So I thought that would be a cute little thing to share. This one could go a little bit more, snip it a little bit more into shape, push it into a cone shape, and there we go. So you can do that with any flowers to make a little bud, and you could do it with, this is like the burlap, but you can do it with any material you want as well. Okay guys, well thanks.